Hello, everyone. Hello. I hope everyone is well. I am so, excuse me, I am so excited to be here tonight to be with you. I did not plan to go live tonight, but something kind of moved me in that direction. And so I actually was out. I was out with some friends. I had been invited to a housewarming party that some friends were having. And so I went to that and had a great time. It was fun, ate a lot of good food. And then I came home and I just thought, I need to go online. I need to go live for a little bit. And so I'm going to try this. I'm going to try to talk about this. This is a subject that I keep thinking about, and then I don't talk about it. So, pardon me here. I'm just going to try to do the lighting differently. Maybe that's not going to work. I'm not sure how I should put this light. So, I have kind of touched on it just a tad at different times on different videos. So, in a nutshell, uh, this video, this content that I'm excited to share, is something that I got a message from another video that I did on my other channel, which is my Spanish channel. And I only started my Spanish channel a month ago. I started it in October, and I got a message from one of the viewers, and she's actually a friend of mine, but I wanted to share something that she mentioned, and I just feel like it's kind of important. To me, it's important because of the journey that I've had. Sorry about the noise. I'm trying to figure out how this lighting is going to be better. I am working on some different lighting for my content. Excuse me. So bear with me. I know that the channel is because it's new, because it's so new to me, I'm just learning all the ins and outs of everything. And so I am trying to make it better. And it will be. And it will be. And actually, that's part of what this video is going to be about. So I like to call it not professional development, but personal development. And with that, I hear that it's called like leveling up. And so wanting to do more in our life and wanting to be better at something. And so a couple of years ago, actually it was 3 years ago, I well, it started even before then, but I won't go all the way back. I'm not quite ready to go all the way back in time. But as you know, my channel is called A Timeless Journey. And I named it that specifically for the journey that I've been on in my life. And so my circumstances changed drastically. Uh, about it started to change three, like around 2020, it slowly started to change. And little did I know, 21 and 22 just came to be something so different in my life that I never expected and I never would have imagined. And so I will share a little bit with you because it's like a great segue into what the content tonight is really about. And so in 2020, I started to become ill. And No, it had nothing to do with the the, you know, what was going on all over the globe. It didn't have anything to do with that. It was quite different. It was an illness that started to materialize in my body, and it was really unexplainable for a while until one specific doctor, she was able to figure it out, but she did a lot of testing. She did a lot of what would be the word in English? I'm trying to think of the word in English. She ran tests. She did a lot of tests on my body, to say the least. And so she figured out what was happening. And trying to put it all in a little bit of a nutshell. So I began getting ill in probably August of 2020. And then it just progressed and got worse into 2021, into very late 2021. And I January of 22 was finally when a doctor finally was able to say, this is what's happening. Pardon me. It's a little chilly here where I live, and so that's why I have on my sweatshirt, which my um, precious, beautiful daughter-in-law's sister bought for me. So thank you. Thank you, C. I won't say the name because I don't know if that's okay or not with her, but she bought me the sweatshirt. And then my beautiful daughter-in-law bought me some beautiful, gorgeous earrings that I got compliments on tonight when I went to the housewarming party. So thank you for my beautiful earrings to my beautiful daughter-in-law. And so 2021, it was January 5th, 2022, pardon me, 2022, when a doctor finally said, this is what's happening. This is why you're so ill, so weak. It got to the point, precious, beautiful ladies out there, precious women, it got to the point where I got so weak and so unable to, I could almost barely even walk. And I spent a lot of my time in bed. And so it was very discouraging, and it was very saddening to feel so ill and not know what was happening. There was something happening internally in my body that was causing a really big problem that I could not stop. There was no way to stop what was happening. And so it's I don't know what I can share on YouTube, nor do I want to. There's a lot of details I don't want to really share, but I do just want to say that it was just it was an illness that doesn't really have a name, but it is common in some women. It's common. So anyway, when the doctor in January of 2022 finally was able to say, this is what's happening, I thought, that's what's happening? It's because of this that I've lived with this for, what was that? That was like 17, 18 months. It was, it was interesting. It was interesting to get her perspective and the results of all the testing that she had done on me. And so I thought, I just don't even, I almost don't even have any words. I just don't even have any words. And so, precious ladies, I just want to share this with you because I want you to find a way to, any of those of you who might be um, going through something like this, or dealing with something, or feeling to the point of, what do I do now? What's happening? And there are a lot of you. I know there are somewhere out there. And that's why I want to share this with you. That's why I want to share this information with you. I am not a doctor. I am not a certified anything. I'm not a therapist. I am not any kind of a mental health professional. I'm not I'm not a nurse. I am certified in something, but it's not, and it is in the medical area, but it's not really the medical field. So I work with something else that is, it has to do with the body and it has to do with health in the body, but it's not, I'm not a nurse, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a therapist, but um, I have the mental certification of the experience that I've had. And that's why I feel like I want to share my experiences with you, because I know that there's a lot of this going on out there. And I know that a lot of you are possibly suffering because of this illness that can really turn into something very, very serious. And just to tell you how serious this became into my life and in my body, and how it affected my sons. I have two sons, and my daughters-in-law, and my family, my parents and my siblings, and any and other family members. One doctor said to me, you you really have to you have to kind of stop. You just kind of have to stop. And I just was like, I don't know what do you want me to stop? I have to keep working, I have to keep living, I have to keep moving, I have to keep moving forward. And he said, you have probably just a few days left. And I thought, yeah, well, I that's how I've been feeling. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely, doc. That's exactly how I've been feeling. I've been feeling like I'm going to collapse. That's how I've been feeling, because of the weakness and how my body was just starting to, basically my organs were shutting down, is what he said. Your organs are shutting down and you have to do something to take care of you. And so has been born the title of my channel. My channel is called A Timeless Journey because I have been on this journey for more than just years before 2020 that have started to unfold in my life. Things and events have started to unfold in my life. And so, with time and in the future, as I can, I will start sharing things because they are an integral part of what I'm going to be doing with my channels. And so, they're just things that I do want to share. I'm just not ready to share them all yet. And it's not the time yet, anyway. And I will share a little bit more on that. So, what I do want to share is going all the way back to a few minutes ago when I said my friend messaged me and she gave me a comment. And then I will touch on the point. Just give me 1 second. I want to write that down, what I just said. So I want to touch on the point of about the channel and timing. And then what my friend said, what her message and her reaction was to my having a YouTube channel. And there was something else I need to put in the middle. I hope I can remember. Little by little, unfolding. Pardon me. As you know, I do like to take notes. Some of my some of my videos are just from the moment. They're just whatever I'm thinking in the moment, and then I get online. And then some are more specific, and I actually take lots of notes before I start the video, almost like a step by step, or like a little bit of a curriculum, like a little, what is the word I want? Not curriculum. It's called, you know, when you go to college and you have what is the, If you can think of it, please put it in the chat. I can't remember what it's a syllabus. Kind of like a little syllabus in the way I take my notes. Okay. So going back to what my friend said, which will move into the next point and into the next point. So what my friend said, and I don't want to say this to impress you, as in, hey, look at me, look what I've done, look at how I am. I don't want it to come across like that. I want to impress upon your thinking and impress upon what you're doing for yourselves to kind of give you a little bit of guidance in a way, or a little bit of insight to my experience. And this is all just my experience, and these are just all my opinion and the things that I have gone through and dealt with and have overcome in the last several years of my life. So what my friend said, she said when she saw my channel, and she just started watching videos on my other channel, my Spanish channel. So she said she made two main comments that I really extracted from her comment. She said, "Rebecca, you look beautiful. You look radiant. You look younger." And I thought, well, that's great. I love those comments, because when I can learn how to share inside the video, once I learn how to do that, I will possibly show a picture, a photo of how I looked in 2020, possibly 2021. And it's quite different, and it's quite surprising, and it kind of takes me back, like it takes me aback, like I kind of gasp, like, wow, that's what I used to look like when I was really ill, when I was really weak, and when I was just at a point where my doctor said, you have to stop. You have just a few days. Like, you are going to expire. And so when she said that to me, ladies, I really was encouraged by her words, because I felt like someone could relate. I felt like someone could see me for who I really am. We've known each other for over 20 years, probably over maybe 25 years. And she actually started crying. She actually she left me an audio message, and she told me those words. She told me, "This is what I think you look like." And then she just started sobbing and sobbing. And I thought, this is really impacting her. This really impacted her. And so I really want to share these things about my life and this part of my life, because now I can. 6 months ago, maybe 6 months ago, I know I've started my channel several months ago, but then I kind of really didn't know what to do with my channel. I didn't know where I was going with my channel. It's all very new, and I'm just learning. And so I am very grateful to everyone who's been watching, people from Great Britain, Australia, Canada, United States, Mexico, Argentina. There's another one I can't think of. I can't think of the name of it. I always forget that one country. And then there was another country, Great Britain. I think I mentioned that. And then the UK. United Kingdom. That's the other one. And I haven't checked to see who else is on either. I haven't checked to see who else has been watching from other countries, if anyone else has joined in on both of the channels. And so both of the channels are receiving lots of viewers from different countries. And I'm just so grateful. I'm so excited. And I'm so thankful to God, because I want this to reach people. I want this to help people. I want this to help you precious women out there who might be going through something similar. And so my friend was just sobbing on the message, and I thought, this is really impactful for her. And I'm very, pardon me, Pardon me. It's really chilly. I am warm and toasty, but it's just making well, actually, we were sitting outside by a fire at my friend's home. And so I feel like I came home with my nose kind of stuffy. Excuse me. Pardon me. I'm going to take a little drink of I'm having some chlorophyll in my water just to kind of freshen up the inside of us. We can do that. So, point number 2 about my channel. Actually, it's point number 3. I'm going to kind of skip the second point. So the first point was my friend. She was very impacted by my channel, and she was very grateful for the information that I had put into the channel, into the video that I had created, one of the videos that she saw. And so I just felt so good because it really encouraged me to move forward with my content, because you don't always know, like, how do people feel? Like, what are people thinking? Like, what are people saying? How does this make them feel? Or does it even move them? Does it even have any effect on them? And so when she said that to me, I thought, okay, I can do this. And then I got some feedback from my family too, my kids, my son and my youngest son and my daughter-in-law. They both gave me some wonderful feedback, which has also really propelled me to move forward as well. And the thing is I really love doing this. I feel excited because I'm learning how to use the technology. I'm learning how to use the wonderful, beautiful YouTube, which is a wonderful vehicle to get us any kind of information that we want out there. We can find anything that we want to learn about. And then YouTube has given me access to YouTube Studio, which is just amazing. And I'm just learning all these little things. So YouTube, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so grateful for you. I'm so excited to be able to use all of your tools. Thank you so much. I'm so excited. And I don't know if YouTube will ever take my video down because I don't know. I know some of the things that you can share and not share. I know you have to be respectful in those things. And of course, always respect. Big on respect and being good to each other and nice to each other and caring and kind and of course respectful at all times on the YouTube channels and even in life itself. As you all know, I've also mentioned that I am a person who does talk to God. I pray to God. I believe in God, the creator of all living things. My beautiful plant here. I have switched her out. I had my other plant, which is called a Raven ZZ, and I switched her out for this plant because she has grown so big, but I wanted her to kind of bring some life into my little space here where I do my videos, which is a little home office. And so the comments and feedback from my kiddos, from my son and my daughter-in-law, just really also kind of propelled me to continue moving forward. They were just very sweet and very encouraging. That's the one thing, is just being very encouraging. And so anything you beautiful women out there would want to do, anything you precious ladies would ever want to do, I would just encourage you to do. So I'm going to skip point number 2 because I have to show you some different things. But point number 3, my channel, the way my channel has unfolded, and the title of my channel, which is called A Timeless Journey. So different parts of my life have been interwoven with different details, and different things have gone on in my life, and I've experienced different things, and I've seen different things, and I've felt different things. And again, reminder, I'm not a therapist, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, but I have experience. I have experience in life. And so, as I said in the opening comments of the video, in life, precious women, we can feel down, we can feel sad, we can feel ill, and we can be stressed. And so the stress can be so overwhelming. And my doctor, the one doctor, because the one gentleman doctor, he was the one said, you've only got a few days left. And then the woman doctor, so that was in the summer of 21. So then in 2022, so I still was okay because that doctor jumped on some up to date treatment that he was able to provide for me and get me to the next day and the next day and the next day. And then I kept going through several days and then several weeks and then a few months down the road. And so then it took me to January of 2024, in which I went back to the hospital again. So when the gentleman in the summertime of 21, he saw me, that was one visit to the hospital, and I was in the hospital. And then in January of 22, I was back in the hospital again. And so it was very frustrating. It was stressful and it was discouraging. And so with that, I just want to say that, you know, when we get so down and so stressed, we just get to feeling like, what am I going to do? What do I do next? And I've mentioned this in another video where I talk to God so much and I pray so much. It's such a big part of my life. It makes me so happy to know that I have him to go to. And so I just said, what do I do? What am I supposed to do? I'm so ill. I don't have, by one doctor's opinion, I don't actually, there were two or three. There was actually another doctor who sent me to the one doctor. um, they were just very, 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 very concerned for me. And everything was moving so quickly. The one day that I went in to see the one doctor, I just went for a routine checkup. And after she saw some work that she had done on me, she says, "You have an emergency. You need to go. You're being admitted to the hospital." And I said, "What?" So she admitted me. The building was just across the street to where the hospital was, and that's where I went. And so everything just started unfolding in such a strange way, but it was so beautifully orchestrated in the sense that God was there the whole time. He was with me. And I prayed. I prayed. So sorry, now I'm going to digress and do a little other thing. But so when I was given this information, when I went for this checkup, just a routine yearly checkup, and she says, "You you have to be hospitalized. I'm looking at some things that I did for you. I'm looking at some test results and you need to be in the hospital." And I thought, what? What are you talking about? I just came for a routine checkup. So she said, the hospital team is waiting for you. The staff is waiting for you. Just go out the doors, go downstairs, go to the next building and check in. And I thought, what? Wait a minute. This is just a normal, I think it was like a Wednesday morning or a Tuesday morning or Thursday. I can't even remember. If I look back at my calendar back then, I could see the notes. So I said to her, what? I mean, like, do I talk to my family, my parents, my husband? What do I do? And she said, well, at least call your husband and have him, maybe he can come and meet you at the hospital. And I thought, well, this is really serious. I'm kind of dumbfounded. I don't really know what to say or how to react. So you know what I did? First of all, she says, "How did you get here?" And I said, "Well, I drove my car. I mean, I don't know. I just got in the car and drove here like a normal person." And she says, "I don't know how you made it. I just don't know how." And I said, "Well, I mean, yeah, I feel weak, but I made it. I got here." Okay, fast forward a little bit. So little did I know that the hospital team is waiting for me just to go sign in. I went home. I went back outside into the parking garage and I got in my car and I drove myself home. Probably not a very smart thing Not a very smart thing to do as far as they were concerned. However, I knew that with my reaction and the way I was feeling, I really needed to take some time to I need to write this note down because I want to bring this up as well, ladies. Thank you for your patience. I needed to be home for a minute, for a moment, because I wanted to talk to God. I did not want to be hospitalized. I think it was like July 27th or July 28th when this was happening, 2021. So things were still happening, with the big around the globe. And I wasn't so much concerned about that, but I thought I need to go home and talk to God. Like I can't just go to the hospital and then how am I going to talk to God in the hospital when there's all this crazy stuff going on? I don't want to do that. Like nurses and doctors coming and going. Like I didn't know what to expect when I went there. So I went home. I drove myself back home, which is probably about 12 minutes to get home, maybe 15, maybe 12. I'm not sure. I went home. Well, first of all, I called my spouse and that was also interesting because, people don't know what to expect and they don't know what's going on with you. We knew there was something serious. We just didn't know what it was. So he was on his way home. Well, he was working a bit far away from the city we live in at that time. So anyway, I went home and I prayed and I prayed and I prayed and I prayed and I just took some time, I just kind of breathed and took some breath, did some breath work, deep breathing, and then I just prayed and I prayed and I prayed. And I really want to impress upon you, ladies, that that's just such an integral part of my life. It's just like one of the most important things in my life that I do is pray. And so that really helped me. That really helped me to just kind of have some emotional balance and really just prepare myself, I guess, because I said, this is in your hands. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going on. And I know that there's something seriously wrong. So anyway, sorry to get off on that tangent, but I just have little by little wanted to start sharing that because I've not always been able to talk about it. It's just been such a serious and part of my life that has gotten me to today. So anyway, the prayer, it was amazing. I don't know. I may have prayed a couple of hours. I think it was at least I think it was about 2 hours. Maybe it was an hour and a half, hour and a half, anywhere from 1 to 2 hours. I know it was that much, at least. And so finally, um, the hospital starts calling my cell phone. And I was getting ready and I was getting my things together because I didn't know what to expect. Not like I was packing a bag or anything, but I just was trying to get myself together you know, and so um, somehow I was missing those phone calls from the hospital. And finally, because I was getting myself ready to go and I kept missing the phone calls. I wasn't able to hear the phone at the time that it was ringing. And anyway, so the two of us, we ended up getting to the hospital. He got me to the hospital and they admitted me, but they were so concerned and they said, they left me a message and it said, we are really concerned about you. If you are not here or don't call us back within such and such minutes, we are going to send an ambulance for you. I thought, wow, this hospital is so concerned for me. I really didn't know how serious my condition was. And so, ladies, I say all that to say that stress, I had been so stressed out in my life. And I really want to share that with you because sometimes a partner that we are with, a spouse, can just, things are just, they can just be so stressful. They can be so stressful and they end up impacting our life in a way that we would never imagine and become very hurtful to us in a way that we would never think would 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 come about, is how I can pretty much say it. And so, and this doctor, it was in January. All this, the date of the emergency hospital visit was in July of 21. So then fast forward to January, the next doctor, it was a female doctor. She was the one that said, "You are under such severe stress. Your body is so stressed out. You're mentally and emotionally stressed out. Do you know what's causing it?" And I thought, well, yeah, I do know. It's not what, it's who. Pardon me, but I just have to get that out there. And so she said, you're about to expire. I don't know how you've gone this far. And even the gentleman doctor, he also said back in the July visit, he said, how did you get to Dr. So and so's office this morning? And I said, well, I got in my car and I drove. And I just thought that was like such a off base, not really off base. How can I say it? I didn't understand why they were asking me that question. He and the doctor that morning, because to me, it's just a normal thing. You get in your car, you drive yourself to the doctor, and then there you go, you're there. But he said, I don't know how you did it without just like you have just a few days left. And I just kept thinking, and I was kind of giggling, and it was just kind of like comical for me because I knew what I was going through, and I knew that I was sitting there with him. He was sitting on my hospital bed, and he was like, was patting my leg on on the bed, and I just thought, I'm just living my life. I'm living my life normally. I go to work every day. Granted, I come home and I go to bed every night just because of how horrible I was feeling. But he says, I just don't know how you've done it all this time. Precious women out there, I know that it was God. I know that it was God that was keeping me going. And if I was ever grateful to God before in my life, all these years of my life, I'm even more grateful today. I'm more grateful. I'm more thankful. I practice gratitude every single day, and I can't thank him enough. I cannot thank him enough for every single thing in my life, every single person in my life, and to the point of even just the four walls around me, I'm just so thankful. And everything about my home, even how I got my home, maybe I can one day share how I got my home, how I got this home, because I was living in a home with the spouse. And this is another home. This is a different home. I am alone now. I don't have a spouse anymore. So things all unfolded in a way that I was never I never could have imagined. So the timing of my life, things unfolding in my life, a timeless journey, which is what I love to call everything that my life has been, and a lot of ups and downs, but a lot of beautiful things. One, namely, my relationship with God. I believe in God, and I also believe in his son, Jesus Christ. And they're very much a part of my life. They're a very integral part of my life. And I love to learn about them. I love to talk about them. I enjoy knowing that they're right there for us, for all of us, not just for me. And so feeling down, feeling sad, feeling ill, feeling stressed, being so stressed, talking to God and asking Him, what's next for me? He has helped me. He has gotten me here. Now, enough of that down, like low feeling vibration of energy. And I don't know how many of you believe in that. I do believe that our energy is vibrating at a certain frequency. I'm not sure about how it all works, but I know that we can feel really down and we can be really sad and we can just be really stressed and just so sad. But no, no more. I have actually felt so much life come into my life, even more life, because after that January 5th, 2022 episode that I had, that I was back in the hospital and the doctor finally said, this is what's happening. You are so extremely stressed out that something's got to change in your life. And again, other things that had transpired a few years ago before that, I knew that there had to be a change. I just didn't know how I was going to do it. And it's very painful and it's very distressing and it's very disheartening. But you know what? I'm not the first and I won't be the last to go through it and face this unfortunate event in my life where I used to have a spouse and now I don't. And so with that, I segue into the next part. So the next part that I want to talk about that is so encouraging and so upbuilding and so happy for me, and I'm so thankful and so grateful to God, is something that I started doing since that day, January 5th, 2022. So 15 days later is when my life just changed completely, drastically. I was able to walk away. I had to walk away. I had to find a way to help me to look better, feel better, breathe better, be better. And it's been such a journey. And that's a segue into the next part that I want to share, because it's been it's been something that I just couldn't even imagine. Okay, so what I want to start with, one of the things I have, and it's in the kitchen. It's just kind of too big and bulky to bring in here, but it was a drink. It was a drink that I started taking to help myself feel better, because when I kept praying to God, I felt like He was giving me the tools. He was showing me and directing me and guiding me to try this and try this and try this. And so that's what I want to share now. This is point number 2. So I'm kind of going backward a little bit. So point number 2, I'm not going to show labels because I'm not sure how that works as far as YouTube is concerned. But I will say that this is something that I tried. Even before I started trying this, even like in I think it was 2018 or 19, actually, is when I think I started trying this product. Okay. And then I started taking the drink. It's like a full kind of like a full meal drink, to see how I could start helping my body. And this was all God. I feel like God was just somehow a commercial would come on, or an announcement on my YouTube feed would come on, or my Facebook feed. Something would come up, like an ad would come up, and I'd say, is this what you want me to try? Is this what you're wanting? Are you trying to tell me to try this to see if this will work? And I always pray. I always pray for God to either help it to happen, like a friend of mine says, either bless it or block it. And so, in a nutshell, that's kind of how I feel like, if you want me to do this, if this is what you're trying to tell me, or you are telling me I should try this or do this, please bless it if this is what you want me to do. Or if it's not, then it won't happen. It won't go through. So, after that, then there was some other things I was trying. But then going back to the thing about my friend saying, you look so young. And now, mind you, I do have a couple of people that I know. I didn't realize this, but they actually do things to their face that I'm not ever going to do. I don't think I would like that kind of thing. I think it helps them to feel like they're looking younger and better, and that's great. I'm happy for them, and I think they're very brave to try those things. I just went online and got this. This is what I did. I just got this, and again, I don't know how it works about products as far as showing products online. I know you can do it, but I'm just going to say I would get this and then I would use it on my face. Well, that was one thing I started to do. And then a friend of mine came over to see me in my new home a couple of years ago. And then she brought me this, and she brought me this beautiful little makeup bag full of a bunch of other little products and things, like little scrubs and little lotions and different things that she wanted me to try. And this was one of them. So I did that. Okay. So 2.5 years have unfolded during this time. Okay. So then during that time, I also started taking this product, because then it says, it'll help you with this, and it'll help you, with your skin and with different things in your body. So I said, okay, let me try this. And then at some point I tried this little spray, and then another friend of mine helped me, something that she said, let's go to this store. And I thought, okay, I've never been to that store before. Okay, sure, let's go. Well, it was amazing, because then there was a woman working there she's very knowledgeable about the skincare industry. And so she actually takes classes and things like that. And she's actually a little bit older than me. And she was explaining to me, oh, try this and this and this and da, da, da. And I thought, really? Oh, wow. Okay. So then I went and I got this product. So then I've been using this. And with that, then I also got this product. I've been using this as well. And then with that product, I also got this product. So now this product is like a finished product. And then there's one that you do like to wash your face. So that also is in the other room, because I just thought I can't bring everything in here. What I want to say, though, the gist of all these products is that every time I pray, I know that God guides me to one thing, and then another thing, and then another thing. And so I really like to listen, and I really like to try to figure out what is God telling me? Like, what are you trying to tell me? What is it that you want me to do to take care of me? Because I could have expired, 2.5 years ago, I could have expired 3 years ago. And I'm just so grateful that God helped me, and he took care of me, and he took care of everything. He absolutely took care of everything. And there are no words or actions that I feel I can use or portray or demonstrate to give him the gratitude that I want to give him. So with that product and then the beginning product, then there is also this product. And then from this one, I saw something that led me to this one, which is a fraction of the cost of this one. So I was really happy about that because everyone loves a good deal and a sale. And then I recently found this product, which is not for my face, but um, you know, can use it for a certain part of it. So anyway, and that is an upgrade from another product that I was using that I still kind of like. I really like, but I say all that to say, ladies, that again, the timeless journey, the way my life has unfolded little by little, the way things that have come into my life, information has come into my life. Someone will say, "What about this?" or "What about that?" Or even my friend just taking me and me discovering this product and then this product. And this one is my absolute, this one is luxurious for my skin, and my skin really loves it. And then there's also the the way we the way we nourish our inside, the inside of our body. So we have the way that we nourish the outside of our body, which is our biggest organ on our body, which is our skin, right? And then we also have our hair. But I also have even changed the way I nourish my body internally. One of the things I do like to do is to have some chlorophyll in my water. I don't do this every single day, but once in a while I'll do it. And so I wanted to share these things, ladies, because sometimes we don't take care of ourselves the way we really should. Sometimes we let ourselves go in a way that isn't really beneficial for us. And we also have family members that love us, care about us, and want the best for us. And so, you know, there's this thing where they say, well, you've got to love yourself. Look in the mirror and tell yourself you love yourself 10 times. I tried that a while back and I just thought, this is really silly. I can't do this. And then why am I doing it? It's so silly. But really, we live in this vessel, which is our body, which is created by God, the creator of all living things and the creator of the earth and the galaxies and the moon and the stars and the sun and planets and people and animals and down to the tiniest little atom to the largest dinosaur that walked like 65 million years ago on the earth. We really should take care of this vessel that we've come into this world in, come into this life in. And so I have really, probably will do a video on that one day too, how we end up um, serving others for such a long time that we neglect ourselves temporarily. And it's not a good thing to neglect ourselves or to abandon ourselves, even because I feel like I did that. But it is a good thing that God helps us to make a full circle and come back around to us, to come back home to us. And so therein lies my timeless journey. Therein lies the title of my YouTube channel, which to me also through prayer just came to me. I want to say it came to me probably at a 3 o'clock in the morning kind of wake up moment. I feel like that's what it was. I don't think I'm wrong on that. I could be wrong. God would know for sure. uh, that's what I wanted to name my channel because that's what came to me. That's what came to my mind. I would never have thought of naming it that. I didn't know what to name my channel. I had no idea. But beautiful women, precious ladies out there, I just feel so adamant about finding the things that take care of you, because it's not been so long ago that I started even just using this one product. After, the facial cleanse, then I started using this because I thought, this is not looking very good. Something's not good here. I need to take care of something here. And so this led me to another product, and another, and another, and another. And then now I'm down to this with a cover up of this for the sun, and then this. So this one led me to this one because this one's a fraction of this one, the cost. And so I just feel, precious ladies out there, that it's so important to take care of us. We have our children, we have our spouse, um, we have, sometimes people are taking care of elderly parents or elderly family members. And so let's take care of us. Let's give our body what it needs, and let's give even our mind, even our what our thinking is. Let's nourish that as well, our thinking. And I can also bring that up in another video, because I wanted to bring it up a little bit today, but I'm not going to, because it'll just take the video longer and longer. And I do know that there are some content creators out there that I really appreciate. In fact, content creation is something that has also helped me in some of my part of my journey. And one of the content creators that I really like to watch, which I just started watching them just like actually just a few days ago. Some of their videos are even about 2 hours long, or just a little over 2 hours. And I could absolutely take this video into 2 hours very easily. But I want to just focus on these 3 points. So the first point is what my friend said and how it impacted her for my video to to um, to impact her to the point of sobbing in her voice, her audio message on one of the apps that we use to. She's in another country. She lives in a different country, and so for my video on the topic that I was bringing out in my other channel, it just really impacted her. And that's another thing. Pardon me, I'm going to have to write that down too, because I think I want to mention those too. There's so much to do. I do have a day job. I do have a day job. I do work full time, and then I also do volunteer work. And so being on YouTube is just like a fun little thing that I like to do. It's just something that I do like to kind of, I'm not going to say pass the time away, because I've always got something that I need to be doing in my home, or even with my volunteer work, or with my friends, or something like that, or my family. Sometimes I'm with my family. And so I'm not lacking in things to do. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I'm bored and I have nothing to do, and so let me do YouTube. I really do it because it's a journey that I've had in my life and my experience that I want to share with you precious women out there who are doing the best that you can. And I know some of you are struggling, some of you are single mothers, some of you are wives, and I just want you to take some time for you. Like I said in the other video recently, just a week ago or so, even if it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, take some time for you, because you need that time. We all do. So that you don't get to the point where a person can get so stressed out that it'll make you ill, because it will make you ill. Stress can make you very ill. So the first point number 1, was moving forward in my videos, because my friend was so preciously impacted by my content in my other channel that she was just so encouraging to me. Point number 2, using the products and taking what God is giving you as information and the guidance for you to go from one thing to another to another to another, because that's what he does. And that's actually another part of the content that I really wanted to bring out tonight, was that he brings he he guides you and things unfold and you feel like, why is this taking so long? It's taking so long for me to do this or that or the other. But really, you're right where you need to be. And that was another thing I wanted to bring out. You are right where you need to be. The timing is just right. I can't say perfect because we're not perfect. No one is perfect. But the way things have unfolded in my life in just the past 3 years, let's say, I have been kind of in a hurry. I've wanted things to happen quickly. I wanted things to just move along quickly and just be like, hurry up. I want that done and I want that done and I want that done. And I feel like God has, I don't even know if he's really telling me. He's just showing me, he shows me his hand. He shows me every moment his hand, how he's guiding my life, every single step, every single thing, however large or small it is in my life. I know he is guiding it because I allow that and I welcome it. I accept it. I'm open to it. I'm receptive to it. He shows me. And you might say, well, how does he show you? How do you know? I've had some other messages where the women will say, well, how do you know that? How do you know it's God? Well, I think it could be difficult if you don't have that relationship openly with God. And please help me to please know that I want to impress upon you, not try to impress you, that I have a relationship with God, because everyone needs help. And I didn't always have the relationship that I do today. So, yeah, for someone who may not have that close a relationship with God might think, well, how do you know it's him? And how do you know anything like that? And so what I hear from other people is that one of the things you can know is, for example, this might sound a little cliche. It might sound a little like, oh, well, that's one that everyone uses. But when you know, and I don't know if that's really a good example. I'll use it anyway, but I'll give you another example. So the first thing I'm talking about is a parking spot. I'll just I'll just say, "Oh, please God, I really need to get into the building quickly, whatever the thing is I'm going to be taking care of or doing. I need to get in quickly. I need to get in. I need to get out. Or if it's the grocery store, please, I just need a really good parking spot. I need something close to the door where I can just get in and get out." And you're literally driving into the parking lot, and then boop, a car pulls out, and then you just like literally drive right in. It's so quick that you're just like, thank you, God. I know that was you. And it happens over and over every single time. I will give you another example. This just happened last night. So, the way my life has unfolded, I I am not I am not a person who wants to, how can I say this? I'm a person that was used to being married. I was married for a very long time. And being a wife to me is just so precious. It's a role that I take on with such seriousness, and it's so beautifully placed on me that I miss it. I miss being a wife. So little by little, different things have unfolded where I've, seen different products, even down to the products, because I was trying this one product for a long time, but then when I really became very, very ill, then somehow this one came up. And what I say when I say that, it's like they come into my Facebook feed or they come into my YouTube channel somehow. Uh, or even my friend. My friend came from another state, visited me, and she said, "What are we doing on whatever such and such day?" And I said, "Oh, I don't know, whatever you want to do. Want to go eat, want to go, you know, what do you want to do?" "Oh, I really want to go to this store." And I thought, well, I've never been there. Let's go. Okay, sure. So we made a plan to go. And then I started learning about this. And it's like, because I had been asking God, what do you want me to do next? What is the next step for me? And I learned that from a friend who is also a lover of God and he fears God in a healthy way. He helped me to see, he says, this is what you can ask God. And he gave me that tool, those two questions that I always ask God. Not that I could have not known them myself, but I just never thought to do it that way. And so he did that, and it's just been magical ever since. Not magical, but it's just been so beautiful. So, what I was going to say is the next thing. So, all of these products have come into my life little by little. Okay. And, you know, uh, goodness, even the device I'm using right now to talk to you precious beautiful women out there, um, this product was also, it was a gift. It was a gift that I never even expected, and I am very grateful for and very thankful because I use it, for my personal use. And just it's just different things, and then a friend of mine told me about the chlorophyll. I would have not known. I never heard of taking chlorophyll. So I say that to lead up to even what happened last night, because I thought, and this is kind of a funny, silly thing, but I was watching one of these people, these content creators, who actually gave me some information that I didn't know I needed. And it'll help me in the next, part of my life, or the near future, or the distant future, whenever. But I think it's great information. And it's a gentleman, it's a very young gentleman, and he's talking about this subject. And I literally just discovered this person, just, I don't know if it's even been 4 or 5 days ago. So he's writing on a whiteboard in the background. He's just, writing away, and I'm thinking, oh, that's kind of cool, that he does that on his channel. I don't know how to do that yet, ladies and gentlemen, precious women out there. I don't know how to do that, so I don't do it. Hopefully someday maybe I'll learn. I don't know. I mean, it's not really a goal of mine to learn, because, like I say, YouTube is just one of those things I do just when I have a few minutes of my time that I can get online and just share some content with you. It's one of those things where they say, don't quit your day job. So he was writing, and he had I don't know. I'll just use this, but it's black. His was black. So he's writing the words with a black marker, whiteboard marker, and he was writing like one word, like he did like a Venn diagram. Okay, he did a Venn diagram of something, and to show the comparing and contrasting of a Venn diagram and of the subject he was covering. And so his marker was starting to fizzle out. It was starting to lose ink. And I thought, you know what? I really wish that this guy would use, I'm just going to use these for the sake of the color, not for the sake of what you can use on a whiteboard, because you could never use these on a whiteboard. But I thought, you know what? Why can't he use color? It would be so cool if he could use color. So on this side of the Venn diagram, he could use green, and then on this side, he could use blue, and then that would be contrasting. Even in and of it itself, he could be doing two things. He could be doing a Venn diagram and doing comparing and contrasting, and he could also compare and contrast with two colors. Brilliant, genius. That was what I was thinking. And so at that moment, I just said, oh, God, wouldn't it be so nice? It would be so nice if he would just use colors, just different colors. It's great. I'm very glad he's using black. That's wonderful. He's using a black marker, whiteboard marker. But I would love it if he would use some color to do the comparing and contrasting. And any of the videos that he's doing, just because I just started watching them just 4 or 5 days ago, 3 days ago. I don't remember. Maybe it was earlier this week. Today's Saturday. Guess what happened? Yes. He said, okay, well, let me go find another marker. I kid you not. That's how quick this happened. I just prayed. And that's the small of my prayers. Like, just, can this guy please just use a different color? Can I please just have a parking spot by the by the front door? So then he says, okay, I'm going to get another marker. So then he's like, okay. And I was just chuckling. He says, do you want me to use brown? So he starts doing the Venn diagram with brown, or do you want me to use purple? God, thank you, God. Thank you, God. So he kept saying, comment down below. Tell me what color do you want me to use? This looks blue. This is actually purple. This is purple, but it looks blue. What does the blue one look like? This is blue. This is purple. But in my light, interesting. They both look blue. All right, getting off the subject a little bit. That's how quickly I feel God answers me. And so, not with everything. I'm not going to say it's with every single thing in my life. I am a person that likes to listen. I like to listen and hear, like, I like to see where's the answer coming from. It might be something I read. It might be something a friend says. Okay. Because I knew I needed something for my skin. I knew my skin needed to come back to life a little bit because I had been so ill. And so little by little, so what I do is I listen. I listen to, what are you telling me next, God? What are you wanting me to do? And so that's how I practice. That's how I live my life to the best of my ability, to the most beneficial way that I can, is I ask and then I listen. And so I feel like the way this young man changed the color of the markers was just such a beautiful, quick answer from God. You want to see different colors rather than just black on the board. And his marker was dying. He may not have had another black one either, because he said, I can use brown, I can use purple. Which one do you want me to use? And everyone was saying purple in the comments, purple. And I was like, well, I wish you would take it a step further and use brown for the one and purple on the other side of the Venn diagram. But I thought, well, that's fine. He's not going to do that. I was just grateful that he changed the colors. So that is how, beautiful, precious ladies, that is how I feel like God answers. God answers me, and God answers you. God answers millions and millions and millions of prayers, and he can do it all at the same time. There is nothing too great or too small for our God and our Creator in the heavens. And so that is one reason why I really, really one of the many, 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 many reasons that I am so grateful to God and I love him. And I just feel like I want to hear what he's saying and want to listen. And so when something comes on, I hear something through a commercial or a friend or a person might mention something, I'm like, is this what you want me to do? And I really ask, I really work hard at, I don't just at the spur of the moment just say, well, I'm going to do that. I'm going to just, this is what I'm doing. I really want to know. And I'm not perfect. No one is perfect. I don't do it in a perfect way. I just do it the best way that I know how. So, precious, beautiful women, thank you so much for listening. I am so grateful. I'm anxious to see. I haven't been able to look at my channel. I don't know why this week was. It was a great week. I had a really good week at work, at my job where I work. I just haven't been able to, or maybe I don't really know why I didn't look at either of my channels this week to see who's gotten on. I don't really know who gets on to the channels. I just know that there are so many viewers and so many different countries watching. So I don't know that fact, like who the people are, unless you send me a message, then I'll see your name, your channel name, or well, I guess your YouTube channel name. But I am so grateful, ladies. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much for your support. However, you bring it to me through a message, through an audio message, through anything, just even just watching and just seeing the analytics of all the different countries of different ones that are watching. And I do know that there are gentlemen watching as well, because YouTube is so beautifully done that they show who the audience is as a whole, as far as like, how can I say it? I don't know. It's called analytics, and so they can give you information about who's online and who's watching, and so it's really a beautiful vehicle to use on the internet. It's a beautiful pathway to get us from one place to another. Not a pathway, it's a vehicle. It's a technological vehicle, I feel like, that gets us to where we want to go and come and even learn. And so I'm very grateful for YouTube. And so thank you, YouTube, for giving me the opportunity to be here with these beautiful, wonderful ladies and even gentlemen that are out there as well. I hope that you all can extract something that might be helpful and useful to you, that can help you in your life. And the beauty of just looking into yourself and taking care of you and doing whatever you need to make yourself feel better. And I mean, I will say look better too, because who doesn't want to get a compliment about you look young, you look great, you look radiant. When she said the word radiant and young and beautiful, I thought, thank you. Thank you so much, because I didn't look like this 3 years ago. And so I'm so grateful. I'm just so grateful. So I hope that you can extract something from this content. I'm so excited to do it. Thank you so much for your time. And I'm really grateful to everyone. And I hope everyone is safe out there and warm. It is wintertime here where I live, and it is cold. It's probably about 30. I want to say it's probably, yeah, it is 38 degrees where I live. And so, beautiful, precious women, take care of yourselves and just ask, what do you want me to do next? What should I try next? What should I do next? And just stop and listen for the answer. And you will get the answer. You will get the answer to all of your questions. It may not be right now and it may not be tomorrow, but you will get the answers. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. I'm grateful to all of you, and I wish you all the best and happiness, joy, love, peace. Until next time and until the next video, again, thank you, YouTube. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you to all the beautiful countries and beautiful ladies and gentlemen that are watching and tuning into my channel. Thank you so much. And again, if I haven't mentioned it before, my name is Rebecca. My name is Rebecca. I'm very happy to be here. And no, I will not quit my day job, because this is just a fun little thing that I like to do when I have a little bit of spare time. So thank you so much. I appreciate you all very much. Practice gratitude. Be safe, happy, joyful. Have peace in your life. Until the next video. Bye for now.